Rapper Tory Lanez, whose legal name is Daystar Peterson, shot Megan's feet during an argument in the Hollywood Hills July 12th.
Rapper Tory Lanez has been sentenced to 10 years in prison for his involvement in a highly publicized incident. In this video, I'll delve into the details of the case and explore the reactions from both sides. From the trial in Los Angeles to the emotional testimonies, I'll uncover the truth behind Tory Lanez's prison sentence. Stay tuned as we discuss the impact of this verdict on his career and the larger conversation surrounding violence against women. So let's get started. Tory Lanez sentenced. It was a night that would forever change the lives of two prominent figures in the music industry. In 2020, rapper Tory Lanez and U.S. hip-hop star Megan Thee Stallion attended a star-studded pool party at the luxurious home of reality star Kylie Jenner in the Hollywood Hills. Little did they know that this evening would take a dark turn, leading to a highly publicized trial and a shocking prison sentence. By the time the party came to an end, the tension between Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion had been growing and finally reached its boiling point. Witnesses at the scene reported that an argument erupted between the two artists, centered around Tory's musical ability. However, according to Megan, the tension escalated when Tory Lanez revealed to Megan's close friend, Kelsey Harris, that they had been intimate. This revelation was against Megan's wishes, as she wanted to keep their relationship private, especially considering Kelsey's feelings towards Tory. In response to Megan's anger, Tory lashed out, calling both women derogatory names. Feeling humiliated and disrespected, Megan decided to leave the car. However, she had to return to retrieve her clothes as she was only wearing a swimsuit after spending time in the pool. As she re-entered the vehicle, the argument continued, and it soon became clear that their music careers were also at stake. The situation quickly escalated, and in a fit of rage, Tory Lanez allegedly fired a gun at Megan's feet, demanding that she dance. The aftermath of the shooting was chaotic and traumatic. Megan described how Tory pleaded with her and Kelsey not to involve the police, offering them each a staggering sum of $1 million in exchange for their silence. This attempt to bribe them into keeping quiet about the incident left Megan feeling even more violated and betrayed. When asked why she didn't immediately report the shooting, Megan explained that she feared the potential violence and mistreatment she might face from the police as a black woman. Instead, she initially attributed her injuries to stepping on glass, hoping to protect herself from further harm. Throughout her testimony, Megan's emotions overflowed, and she periodically broke down in tears. The pain and trauma she experienced were evident as she shared her harrowing journey. She expressed her anguish, stating, "I wish he had shot me then if I knew I would have to go through this torture." Megan's testimony provided a detailed and heartbreaking account of the events that unfolded that fateful night. The incident sent shockwaves through the music industry and the public at large. Megan Thee Stallion, known for her powerful and empowering music, found herself at the center of a horrifying act of violence. The news spread like wildfire, capturing the attention of fans and media outlets alike.
I never put my hands on anybody. I never raised my voice too loud. Like, this was one of them times where it was like, it shouldn't have got this crazy.
The subsequent trial in Los Angeles shed light on the events of that fateful night. The jury heard harrowing testimonies from witnesses who described the repeated and grotesque attacks Megan Thee Stallion endured. The prosecution presented compelling evidence that pointed towards Tory Lanez's guilt, while his defense team vehemently maintained his innocence, claiming a botched investigation. It was evident that the relationship between Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion was extremely toxic. Former associates and friends of the couple took the stand, revealing a pattern of possessiveness, control, and even instances of violence. These revelations sent shockwaves through the courtroom and the music industry as a whole, forcing a reckoning with the dark underbelly of fame. The defense, however, sought to challenge the prosecution's narrative. They argued that Tory Lanez had acted in self-defense, claiming that Megan Thee Stallion had been the aggressor that night. They attempted to paint a picture of Megan as someone prone to violent outbursts, undermining her credibility and shifting the blame. But the defense's arguments fell flat in the face of overwhelming evidence and witness testimonies. The jury listened intently as the prosecution presented forensic evidence, including ballistics reports and medical records, which corroborated Megan's account. The truth was becoming increasingly clear. Tory Lanez's actions were not those of self-defense, but rather a violent and senseless act. As the trial reached its climax, the courtroom held its breath. The jury retired to deliberate, their task to determine the guilt or innocence of Tory Lanez. The weight of their decision hung heavy in the air as the music industry and the public at large anxiously awaited the verdict. Finally, after hours of deliberation, the jury returned with their decision. Tory Lanez was found guilty of assault with a deadly weapon. The courtroom erupted in a mix of emotions: relief, vindication, and a sense of justice served. The verdict sent shockwaves through the music industry, forever tarnishing Tory Lanez's reputation and altering the trajectory of his career. The trial had not only exposed the truth behind that fateful night, but also sparked a larger conversation about the treatment of women in the music industry. It served as a stark reminder that no one, regardless of their fame or talent, is above the law. The incident prompted a collective call for accountability and a demand for change within an industry that had often turned a blind eye to abusive behaviors. Also, despite the court postponing hearings several times and Tory having a chance to receive vastly different sentences ranging from 7 to 20 years, the final verdict still ended up being a lengthy 10-year prison term. However, this incident is far from the first time the rapper has been involved in contentious situations. As we dig deeper into Tory Lanez's life, it becomes evident that his journey has been plagued by a series of legal issues. Lanez's troubles began in 2016 when he faced a conviction for assault with a firearm and illegal possession of a firearm. The first incident that led to his conviction occurred on March 26, 2016, when Lanez was involved in a heated altercation. Details surrounding the incident are still murky, but what is known is that Lanez was found guilty of assaulting another individual with a firearm. This shocking revelation sent shockwaves through the industry, tarnishing Lanez's reputation and leaving fans and fellow artists questioning his character. Despite the legal setback, Lanez continued to make music and release albums. His debut studio album, I Told You, was released later that year, showcasing his resilience in the face of adversity. However, the legal troubles were far from over for Lanez. In addition to his legal troubles, Tory Lanez has also been involved in several high-profile feuds with fellow artists, further adding to the drama and controversy surrounding his career. One of the most notable feuds Lanez has been embroiled in is with none other than the Canadian rap superstar Drake. The feud between Lanez and Drake dates back to 2015 when Lanez took to social media to express his frustration with being compared to Drake. In a series of tweets, Lanez boldly declared that he was the best rapper alive and that he was ready to prove himself. This public challenge caught the attention of Drake, who responded with a subtle diss in his song Summer 16. The feud between the two artists escalated from there, with Lanez releasing a diss track titled Lucky You in 2017, taking direct shots at Drake. The track ignited a firestorm of controversy and divided fans, with some siding with Lanez and others remaining loyal to Drake. Another artist who found himself at odds with Lanez is the talented rapper and lyricist Joyner Lucas. The feud between Lanez and Lucas began in 2018 when the two engaged in a friendly competition on social media, challenging each other to a rap battle. What started as a lighthearted exchange quickly turned into a heated rivalry. The feud reached its peak when Lanez released a freestyle over Lucas's hit song Lucky You, claiming that he had outperformed Lucas. This sparked a back-and-forth exchange of diss tracks between the two artists, with each trying to outdo the other lyrically. The feud captivated fans and garnered widespread attention within the hip-hop community. While the feuds with Drake and Joyner Lucas were some of the most publicized, Lanez has also had his fair share of clashes with other artists. These feuds often stemmed from disagreements over creative differences, personal rivalries, or simply a clash of egos. And despite the divided and expressive opinions from both allies and opponents of Tory, it is impossible to deny that these incidents have not passed without consequences or results. They have prompted society to reflect on many important contemporary issues. The shocking events, the testimonies presented, and the subsequent debates have brought to light the challenges faced by Black women in society. The initial reactions to the case were a mix of shock, anger, and disbelief. Many saw this as a stark reminder of the challenges faced by Black women, who often find themselves at the intersection of gender and racial biases. The incident highlighted the need for justice and accountability, as well as the importance of supporting and protecting Black women. It exposed the biases and double standards that often plague cases involving Black women, where their credibility is questioned and their experiences are dismissed. The court hearing sparked a nationwide conversation about the importance of believing and supporting Black women, seeking justice, and challenging societal norms. It shed light on the need for a fair and equitable legal system that values the experiences and voices of Black women. As the verdict was delivered, opinions remained divided. Some believed justice was served, while others felt that the outcome was unfair. The case served as a reminder that the fight for justice and equality is far from over. In the aftermath of the court hearing, the impact on attitudes toward Black women continues to reverberate. It has sparked a collective reflection on the biases and systemic challenges that Black women face, both within the legal system and in society as a whole. disturbing legal issues. But what position did Tory Lanez himself hold throughout this challenging time? Did his opinion change as the situation unfolded? And how did his defense team maneuver and justify their actions in order to avoid the worst outcome? Let's delve into this in more detail.
A lot of these people seem like they'd already made up their minds before seeing the evidence.
Everyone was looking at this story thinking there was more than what we were being told.
In the courtroom, Tory Lanez vehemently denied the allegations brought against him by Megan Thee Stallion. Throughout the trial, his defense team presented a different narrative, challenging the credibility of Megan's testimony and painting a picture of innocence. According to Tory's defense, the incident that occurred on that fateful night was not as Megan described it. They claimed that there was no intentional act of violence on Tory's part and that the shooting was a tragic accident. They argued that the gun discharged accidentally while Tory was handling it, resulting in Megan's injuries. Tory's defense team also questioned the consistency of Megan's account, pointing out alleged inconsistencies in her statements and actions following the incident. They argued that her initial claim of stepping on glass and her delayed reporting of the shooting raised doubts about the veracity of her testimony. Furthermore, Tory Lanez's defense team attempted to cast doubt on Megan's motives, suggesting that she had ulterior motives for accusing him. They claimed that Megan's accusations were driven by a desire for publicity and to further her own career. They argued that she saw an opportunity to gain sympathy and support from the public by accusing a prominent artist like Tory Lanez. To support their defense, Tory's legal team called witnesses who testified to his character and reputation. They presented evidence of his philanthropic endeavors and positive contributions to the community, attempting to portray him as a caring and nonviolent individual. Throughout the trial, Tory Lanez maintained his innocence, adamantly denying any wrongdoing. In fact, he went a step further by releasing an album in 2020 where he claimed that he was being framed for the incident. The album served as a platform for him to express his side of the story and assert his innocence. The defense's strategy aimed to create reasonable doubt in the minds of the jury and challenge the prosecution's case. They sought to undermine Megan's credibility and present an alternative explanation for the shooting. By questioning the consistency of her statements and highlighting potential ulterior motives, they attempted to shift the focus away from Tory Lanez and onto Megan Thee Stallion. As the trial unfolded, the courtroom was divided, with supporters of both Megan and Tory closely following the proceeding. The defense's arguments and Tory's continued denial of the allegations added another layer of complexity to an already highly contentious case. It is also known that Tory Lanez attempted to appeal to the judge's emotions by stating that they are both black and he could potentially be the judge's brother or son. However, this strategy did not work. After a lengthy trial, the verdict was finally delivered. Tory Lanez was found guilty on 3 counts relating to the shooting of Megan Thee Stallion. The severity of the charges and the evidence presented left the jury with no choice but to hold him accountable for his actions. The sentencing phase of the trial lasted for 2 unusually long days, as numerous individuals came forward to provide character witnesses for Tory Lanez. The judge received an influx of letters, each pleading for leniency and supporting Tory's plea to avoid jail time. However, the judge ultimately handed down a 10-year prison sentence, a decision that shocked many, including Tory Lanez's lawyer. Tory Lanez's lawyer expressed their disbelief at the severity of the sentence, arguing that it was an extreme punishment for someone of his celebrity status. They claimed that other cases involving death or vehicular homicide had resulted in lesser sentences, highlighting what they believed to be a punishment based on his fame rather than the actual crime committed. On the other side, the prosecution reacted to the verdict, emphasizing the importance of Megan Thee Stallion's bravery in coming forward and shedding light on the issue of violence against women. They acknowledged that many individuals in their community endure acts of violence daily, often from people close to them, and feel reluctant to speak out. They hoped that Megan's courage would inspire others who feel helpless in similar situations. The trial and subsequent sentencing of Tory Lanez brought attention to the numerous ways society can improve its treatment of women, particularly black women, who often face additional barriers when reporting crimes or abuse. The case highlighted the need for better support systems and a shift in societal attitudes towards victims of violence. Even while in prison, Lanez did not abandon his steadfast position on this matter, nor did he abandon his fans, kindly informing them of certain details of his incarceration. In one of his recent posts on his personal blog, rapper Tory Lanez expressed confidence in his innocence and determination not to allow imprisonment to break him. No matter how they try to distort my words, I have always insisted on my innocence and will continue to do so, the rapper asserted. In no way have I sought forgiveness for accusations unfairly leveled against me. I stand by my opinion. I refuse to apologize for something I did not do. Lanez also shared his thoughts on how life often presents challenges, others, but he always emerges victorious from such situations, as strong individuals are capable of overcoming any adversity. Despite the grim circumstances, Tory recorded a voicemail message from prison for his audience. Lanez's voice recording from prison exuded an upbeat and optimistic tone. In the minute-long audio, he addressed the speculation surrounding his whereabouts and clarified that he was indeed in North Kern State Prison in California. Lanez went on to express his satisfaction with the conditions and overall atmosphere of the facility. It was a surprising revelation, considering the reports of violence that had plagued the prison in recent times. However, Lanez revealed that due to his celebrity status, he had been placed in a separate wing, away from the general population, in a solitary cell. This arrangement provided him with a sense of safety and privacy. One detail that Lanez highlighted in his recording was the comfortable legroom in his cell. It might have seemed like a trivial aspect, but it spoke to the level of comfort he had found within the confines of the prison walls. He compared his current situation to his previous experience in the Los Angeles County Jail, where he had been held in a 24-hour quarantine. According to Lanez, North Kern State Prison was a significant improvement. Lanez took a moment to express his gratitude to his loyal supporters, acknowledging their unwavering support throughout that challenging time. He credited their encouragement for helping him maintain a fearless attitude in the face of adversity. It was clear that Lanez's fans had played a crucial role in bolstering his spirits during his incarceration. In addition to his positive outlook, Lanez dropped a bombshell announcement in the voice recording. He revealed that a deluxe edition of his album, Alone at Prom, was set to be released soon. It was a surprising move, considering his current circumstances, but it demonstrated Lanez's determination to continue creating music and connecting with his audience, even from behind bars. The upbeat nature of Lanez's voice recording had left many astounded. It was a stark contrast to the somber reality of his prison sentence. Some might have questioned his seemingly positive attitude, while others might have found inspiration in his ability to find silver linings in a challenging situation. In any case, no one knows how his opinion may further evolve, as a 10-year prison sentence is a significant term, and not everyone can emerge from it positive, let alone cheerful. Will Tory Lanez manage to remain the person he was before and return to his music career after his release? I believe we will definitely find out in the not-so-distant future. The future of Tory Lanez. Impact on career and the conversation on violence against women. The repercussions of Tory Lanez's prison sentence extend beyond the courtroom. As a prominent figure in the music industry, his career faces an uncertain future. While Megan Thee Stallion's star continues to rise, Tory Lanez's ability to pursue his music career will be put on hold during his time behind bars. Tory Lanez's lawyer acknowledged Megan's success, highlighting her Nike endorsements and busy concert schedule. It is clear that Megan Thee Stallion's talent and resilience have propelled her to new heights, solidifying her position as a rising star in the industry. However, for Tory Lanez, the future remains uncertain. Recording studios are not typically found within prison walls, making it unlikely that he will be able to continue making music while serving his sentence. In general, the perception of a rap artist's career who has undergone prolonged incarceration largely depends on the context of societal culture and the evolution of moral beliefs. We can only speculate on the theoretical transformations of a rap artist's career after a decade-long prison sentence. Initially, it is worth noting the idea of rehabilitation and restoration. After serving the sentence in prison, the rap artist undergoes a metamorphosis, which can manifest itself both in personal life and in the creative process. They become aware of their mistakes, repent for their actions, and strive for a reassessment of their creativity. Instead of publicly promoting a criminal lifestyle, their lyrics can become a manifesto of reflection, sympathy, and hope for a better future. The career of a rap artist who has gone through a prison sentence can also become a symbol of rebirth and opportunity for personal growth. Their songs become evidence not only of their own path to rehabilitation, but also a mirror for those who have faced similar trials. Thus, their career acquires a new ethical dimension, becoming not only an expression of art, but also a means of influencing societal norms and values. Over time, public opinion about crime and punishment may change, which will also influence the rap artist's career. Perhaps a shift in emphasis in the public consciousness from punishment to rehabilitation will lead to a more favorable attitude towards the artist who has overcome imprisonment. This paradigm shift process may affect both the public's reaction to their creativity and their interaction with the entertainment industry. Finally, it is important to consider the influence of the rap artists themselves on their career and surrounding environment. Their actions, words, and creativity after release can significantly impact their reputation and opportunities in the industry. By using their experience in art, they can become not only successful artists, but also active agents of change in society, encouraging reflection, sympathy, and overcoming stereotypes. The career of a rap artist who has served 10 years in prison represents a deep philosophical kaleidoscope of possibilities, which depends on the complex interplay of societal values, personal decisions, and the evolution of the cultural landscape. This path includes not only creative aspects, but also ethical, social, and moral dimensions, making it challenging yet potentially inspiring and influential in the context of the contemporary music industry and societal dynamic. As for Tory Lanez's reality, his lawyer has indicated that they will be appealing the conviction, citing significant issues with the case. While there is a remote possibility that the conviction could be overturned, legal experts believe it to be highly unlikely. The attention on this case has been immense, with people closely following every development. However, the road to a successful appeal is challenging, and the chances of Megan Thee Stallion being asked to appear again in court are extremely remote. If Tory Lanez is found guilty, it is likely that his music will face significant backlash, with radio stations and streaming platforms potentially removing his songs from their playlists. The entertainment industry has shown a growing intolerance for artists involved in violent incidents, and Tory Lanez's case is no exception. Conversely, if Tory Lanez is acquitted, it may lead to a different set of challenges. The public's perception of him may remain tainted, and he may struggle to regain the trust and support of his fan base. The controversy surrounding the case will likely continue to follow him, making it difficult for him to fully recover his reputation. As for public opinion, media, and the artist's friends, the media scrutiny intensified as the investigation unfolded. Journalists and reporters delved into the backgrounds of both Lanez and Megan, trying to understand the dynamics of their relationship and what could have led to such a violent outburst. It was revealed that Lanez had engaged in a pattern of conduct intended to intimidate and silence Megan over the past 3 years. As the case made its way through the legal system, the public eagerly awaited justice for Megan. The trial was a highly emotional affair, with both Lanez and Megan taking the stand to share their sides of the story. The sentencing of Tory Lanez to 10 years in prison for shooting Megan Thee Stallion has sparked a wave of reactions from both the public and the media. The news of the verdict has sent shockwaves through the music industry and beyond, igniting a heated debate about justice, accountability, and the consequences of one's actions. As the story broke, social media platforms were flooded with reactions from fans, celebrities, and the general public.
Straight from the courtroom, law and crime reporter Megan Cuniff comes on to do a recap of the Tory Lanez trial and the incredible reaction after the verdict.
Many expressed their support for Megan, applauding the judge's decision and believing that Lanez deserved to face the full extent of the law. Hashtags like #JusticeForMegan trended worldwide, highlighting the widespread outrage and demand for accountability. However, there were also those who felt that the sentence was too harsh, arguing that Lanez was being punished excessively due to his celebrity status. Some questioned the fairness of the justice system, suggesting that other individuals who committed similar crimes received lighter sentences. This difference in opinion led to heated debates and discussions across various online platforms. The media, as expected, played a significant role in shaping the narrative surrounding the case. News outlets covered the story extensively, providing in-depth analysis and commentary on the trial and its outcome. Journalists and reporters interviewed legal experts, psychologists, and industry insiders to gain insights into the implications of the verdict. Opinion pieces and editorials flooded newspapers and online publications, with writers offering their perspectives on the sentencing. Some praised the judge for holding Lanez accountable and sending a strong message about the consequences of domestic violence. They argued that the verdict would serve as a deterrent for others who might consider engaging in similar acts of violence. On the other hand, critics of the sentence questioned whether it truly fit the crime. They argued that a 10-year prison term was excessive, especially considering that Lanez had no prior criminal record. Some suggested that rehabilitation and community service might have been more appropriate, emphasizing the importance of second chances and the potential for personal growth and change. The public's reaction to Lanez's personal plea before sentencing also played a significant role in shaping the discourse. Lanez expressed remorse and a desire to be a better person, claiming that there was a misconception about him being a monster. While some were moved by his words and believed in the possibility of redemption, others remained skeptical, viewing his plea as an attempt to manipulate public opinion. As the case continues to unfold, the media's role in scrutinizing the appeal process will be crucial. Journalists will closely follow the developments, providing updates on the legal proceedings and analyzing the arguments put forth by Lanez's defense team. The public will eagerly await the outcome, as it could potentially set a precedent for future cases involving celebrities and the criminal justice system. The verdict of the Tory Lanez trial sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, and celebrities wasted no time in expressing their thoughts and emotions. Chance the Rapper took to Twitter, expressing his hope that Megan Thee Stallion would receive justice for what Tory Lanez Lanez had allegedly done to her. He also emphasized the seriousness of the threat of lethal violence and abuse that black women face on a near-constant basis. But Chance the Rapper wasn't the only one speaking out. Tory Lanez's father, filled with anger and disappointment, could be heard screaming outside the courtroom. He didn't hold back, even calling out Jay-Z, accusing him of trading and charting the souls of young men. It was a moment of raw emotion that highlighted the intensity of the situation.
How you feeling, sir? How you feeling? You want to know exactly how I'm feeling? Yes, sir. I just stood here in this Los Angeles County and witnessed the worst miscarriage of justice that this world has ever seen.
Amidst the chaos, an independent witness named Sean Kelly emerged. However, his behavior raised eyebrows. He refused to shake hands with the attorneys and instead met with the prosecutor's investigator, Jody Little. This mysterious encounter left many wondering if there was more to the story than met the eye. As the news spread, the court case divided celebrities and influencers. Drake, in one of his popular songs, allegedly referred to Megan Thee Stallion as a liar. Meanwhile, 21 Savage made a cryptic comment, mentioning a lie about getting shot but still acknowledging Megan as a stallion. Although not explicitly naming her, it was clear who he was referring to. On the other side of the spectrum, there were celebrities and influencers who rallied behind Megan Thee Stallion. Manalio took to Twitter, addressing the critics who had been tearing Megan down throughout the legal battle. They questioned when people would extend grace and empathy to Megan, considering the hardships she had endured, including the loss of both her parents and now being shot at. Janelle Monáe also expressed her support, condemning the jokes, memes, and silence surrounding violence against black women. She sent her love to Megan and acknowledged the weight of the situation, offering prayers for her healing. Drake, who had previously been accused of mentioning Megan as a liar in one of his songs, found himself at the center of controversy. His lyrics insinuated that Megan was fabricating the incident, but he did not explicitly mention her by name. The song sparked a heated debate among fans and critics alike, with many questioning his stance on the matter. On the other side of the spectrum, there were those who defended Megan and called out the doubters. Influencer Manalio took to Twitter once again, addressing the critics who had torn Megan down throughout the legal battle. They highlighted the public scrutiny she had faced since the beginning of her rap career, emphasizing the need for empathy and grace. Janelle Monáe, who had previously expressed her support for Megan, continued to stand by her side. She tweeted, "Over here livid thinking about the amount of jokes made, memes created, and the silence around the verbal and physical violence against black women. Sending love to you, Meg. This is heavy, and I'm so sorry you have to deal with this privately and publicly. One sincerely hopes that justice has ultimately prevailed, and that in the future, no one will experience such cases again, nor will anyone be subjected to unjust punishment. We will closely monitor the development of further events, and if you enjoyed the video, please check out other equally captivating videos on our channel.